Welcome back to the channel. I'm Melissa and this is Jessica, and in today's video we're going to show you how we meal prep for the week to make sure we hit 150 grams of protein per day. If you saw our other video on how to easily eat 150 grams of protein per day, you'll see that we got a lot of questions from women around what does that actually look like. For today's video, we want to answer some of those questions and also show you how we would actually meal prep to make sure we eat 150 grams of protein per day. We're also going to show you how we use some of this pre-prepared meat in order to create quick and easy, family-friendly, and protein-packed recipes that we love. And if you get inspired by any of these meals, we'll tell you where you can find them in just a second. Okay, but before we get into that, let's quickly talk about why protein is so important and what the role of protein plays in your diet. Protein is pretty much the building blocks for everything that happens inside of your body, and your body relies on protein for things like building and repairing muscles, tissues, and organs. When you lose weight, you're in a calorie deficit, so that means you have less energy coming in, and your body needs to find that energy from somewhere else because it's not getting it from food anymore. When this happens, your body will attack both fat and muscle in order to break it down and pull energy from that since it's not getting energy from food. This is why it's so important to make sure that you keep your protein high when you are trying to lose weight, because what that's going to do is kind of act as a reinforcement for your muscle tissue and help to preserve it. That way you can focus on just burning body fat instead. This is gonna help give you that lean, toned look instead of that like flabby, melty candle look. When you have more muscle tissue on your body, it actually causes your metabolism to burn more calories during the day, both when you're active and when you're at rest. If me and Melissa weighed the exact same amount, but I have more muscle than she does, that means that I'm going to burn more calories throughout the day than she will. And if you're trying to lose weight, the whole name of the game is to burn as many calories as possible. So for all of those reasons, you can see why it's so important to make sure you're incorporating enough protein in your diet. These are some of our favorite protein sources. So we have ground beef, chicken, ground turkey, and these can pretty much go in anything, which we're gonna show you in just a few minutes. And before we do that, we just want to acknowledge that not everyone can spend a lot of money on groceries, and protein is pretty expensive. If you wanna learn how to go shopping on a budget, get enough protein for the week, make sure to check out our other video where we went grocery shopping for the entire week with only $100. What we want to show you is how we meal prep for our main meals during the week, pretty much lunch and dinner, because this serves as like the base or the foundation for all of the meals that we'll have for lunch and dinner for the next 7 days. And it's going to take the guesswork out of what should I make, what should I cook. It just makes everything so much easier when you don't have to think about it. And after that, we'll give you a couple of examples of what we usually have for breakfast or snacks in order to hit 150 grams of protein a day. Here for protein. We prepped a bunch of ground beef, we did regular plain chicken, and then ground turkey. We seasoned all of this meat just plain with just salt and pepper. And the whole reason for doing that, throughout the week, we can change up the way that we use this meat, and it's not seasoned, you know, with a specific seasoning like taco seasoning or barbecue seasoning or, you know, buffalo seasoning. They're all pretty plain. And then the beautiful thing, which we're gonna show you here in a second, is that you can really kind of dress them up for whatever you need for both lunch and for dinners. I know sometimes when you're looking at Instagram or other YouTube channels, you'll see people that are making like these crazy, insane recipes with all the different ingredients. And to be honest, like I think we've both tried that at one point during our life, but I don't like having to spend 6 hours of my Sunday in the kitchen to get ready for the week. And I found it's almost like a barrier to me being prepared. Yeah. This is super easy. We did this all in like under an hour of like preparing the meats. When you're actually cooking the meats, we did all 3 of these at the same time. If you're cooking, I think we did what, like 4 pounds of ground beef, 2 pounds of ground turkey. Not shown here, obviously, but like and 3 pounds of chicken breast, like cut into cubes.
We cooked them all at the same time, like used all of the burners on the stove, cooked them all at the same time. This was all done in under 30 minutes to cook all of this meat. And so when you look at it this way, now we just pre-package it, we put it in the fridge, and like Melissa said, because it is like seasoned in such a versatile way, now you get to be creative about how you want to use it during the rest of the week to create your meals. Yep. And the great part about that is that now you don't have an excuse, because so many women especially are so busy, like moms running around, that it's like, I don't have anything quick, healthy, and easy to eat. Worst case scenario, you make a pot of rice on the side as well, and then you just take some ground beef and some ground rice, put it together, put a little seasoning on it, and like, you don't have any excuse anymore to not have a healthy, protein-packed meal.
For the chicken specifically, I don't know, this might be a personal preference, I don't like reheating like big chicken breasts. I feel like they never really reheat well. And so I like to cut up like diced chicken breasts into like little cubes, because number one, they do reheat better. You can put them in a pan again with like, you know, other food, which we're gonna show you in a second, or they just go on a salad in a bowl. Like, you can do so much with them, and it's just way easier than just like plain chicken breast.
Yeah, I think another thing that sometimes I do, if you don't want like the chicken cubes, sometimes it's easier to cook them into thinner strips. Then you can use them in like other types of ingredients. For this, I like this better for bowl salads. Yeah. If I'm using, you know, like thin strips, I might use them for like fajitas or enchiladas or something like that, where you don't necessarily want like that thick of chunks. Right. Ground beef is probably one of my favorites, just because there's so many different things that you can do with it. We prepared 2 examples of meals that we eat all the time and we actually love, but that are also legacy recipes. Every single recipe inside of Legacy, it has a minimum, I think, of 30 grams of protein per serving. If you are someone that really struggles with, I don't know what to make, I'm so tired of having to be creative, Legacy is going to be an amazing option for you, because every single week we give you new recipes, plus a done-for-you grocery shopping list to tell you how to create protein-packed meals just like this that are quick, easy, and that your whole family will love. This one is the peppery beef and potato skillet. This took a little bit longer to prepare just because we had to cut the potatoes and cook the potatoes and everything like that, but still about 30 minutes to prepare. And then this is our Big Mac bowl. One of our favorites, super easy, super yummy. Kids like love that.
This I love for like if like you're craving a burger, but like maybe you don't have a lot of carbs to play with. The thing about bowls, and the reason why we love these types of meats, is because you can like play with the portion sizes of like whatever you need. It makes it really versatile.
And it's also gonna hit cravings.
Exactly. Yeah. If you had meal prepped enough ground beef like for the week, right? Or even let's say even to get for like 3 nights of the week for dinner. Like let's say like you're really busy, you got a lot going on during the week, and like you just have ground beef. You can make 2 completely different dinners, but it's with the same meat that was prepared.
Yeah. Then moving on to the chicken. So some things like that we can do with chicken. Inside Legacy, we have different things like chicken pesto bake. We have chicken parmesan casserole. You can do lemon garlic chicken, buffalo chicken. So these are really, again, versatile. Like Melissa said, put it on salad, put them in wraps, and make other types of bowls with them. So again, like Mexican bowls, enchiladas, there's so many different things that you can do with that. And then the ground turkey, similar idea to the ground beef. One thing that we like to do is always have ground beef because it's a little bit higher in fat, but then we also like to prepare like a 99% lean ground turkey, especially if you're someone who you don't have a whole lot of calories to play with if you're in a diet phase. It's nice to be able to have a leaner option, because you'll be able to eat more of this lean ground turkey, like the 99% lean ground turkey. You'll be able to have more volume for fewer calories, but still get a lot of protein.
Yeah, I love that. And one trick with that is, let's say you have prepared the lean ground turkey and then the ground beef. Let's say for, you know, the Big Mac bowl, sometimes what I've done is I do half of the beef and then half of the turkey. And to be honest with you, like with all the toppings and everything in it, like you really can't taste that much of a difference. And so you get to have like best of both worlds. Like you're saving on calories, you're getting your protein in, you have like the flavor from the ground beef. So it's a win-win.
If you're not wanting to mix like turkey and beef, another thing that you can do is get a little bit fattier like ground turkey. So a 93.7 ground turkey, prepare that instead of the beef. And then you can mix the like 99 ground turkey with the 93 ground turkey. Or another thing that I like to do to get a little bit of a different flavor is I like to get a 90-10 ground pork and cook that on the side. It does have significantly more fat than other meats, but if you mix a little bit in with the 99% lean ground turkey, like It tastes different. It gives you a little bit more flavor than turkey. And so just to give you a sense, like it doesn't just have to be straight up like one or the other. You get to mix and match in order to hit your protein goals.
On average, what is the calorie range for our legacy recipes? So like a minimum 30 grams of protein per serving, which is great because like you can always do like a serving and a half, and that gives you 45 grams of protein for dinner, right? Or you could do like 2 servings if you want, or you know, you can have, I don't know, like a regular amount of, you know, the size and then like 2 servings of the protein. The legacy recipes are really like easy to put together, but how much like on average are the calories for those dinners?
I would say anywhere from 350 up to 600. And the reason why we do have such a range and a variety of the calorie value for those different types of meals is because we work with a range of women. Some women are on much lower calories because they're leaner, they're trying to lose their last like 5 to 10 pounds, so they don't have as many calories to play with. So we try to create recipes in a way where you're still gonna get a lot of protein, but you're also, you know, being a little bit more judicious with your calories. And then we have other women who have way more calories to work with, 2,500 calories to eat in a day, but they don't want to feel like they're having to eat and eat in order to get all of those calories in because they feel stuffed. So we try to make some, you know, more caloric recipes. That way you can have something yummy. It kind of packs a punch with calories, and that way we're kind of getting both ends of the spectrum.
When we're talking about this, we're really talking about this in the sense of, you know, prepping for dinners primarily, but also this can definitely be used for lunches. Obviously, you're not going to get all of your protein in just from lunch and dinner. We're going to give you guys some ideas of some things that we have, like breakfast and snacks, to make sure you get enough protein in for the day. Let's start with breakfast. So things for breakfast, Greek yogurt is a great thing.
Greek yogurt has so much protein in it. I think one serving of fat-free Greek yogurt has almost 20 grams of protein.
Yeah.
So when people are like, oh, I can't get enough protein because I don't like chicken, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so many other things that you can do. Greek yogurt bowls, you get to like play around with toppings on that to have variety, right? You said eggs, egg whites, you can mix those together to get
turkey bacon, turkey sausage,
chicken sausage, regular bacon, protein muffins, protein pancakes.
What about snacks? My favorite. So I am a big snacker. I feel like I get a lot of protein in from like snacks. So like, to be honest with you, sometimes I'll have like a yogurt bowl as a snack in the afternoon between like lunch and dinner. And again, that's where I get like, you know, 20 grams of protein in the afternoon. Beef jerky sticks, like the like little like sticks of beef jerky.
What's your, it's the Archer
Farms. The Archer
Zero
Farms
Sugar
is my favorite.
Even in line with the Baby Bell cheese, you can do low-fat string cheese, like some chopped up veggies on the side. So you can make like a pretty decent sized snack in order to satisfy like both hunger but also cravings there. Cottage cheese is another one. I know that some women prefer it to be a little bit more savory, others prefer to like make it sweet and put like peaches or things like that on it.
Last 2 things. I like to eat deli meat straight out of the bag. I just pop the bag on the scale and then I'll just eat meat out of the bag to get protein in. And then outside of that, I know it's not wholesome. I know like it's not a wholesome source of protein, but you can have a protein shake. I like to do chocolate protein powder with some extra creamy oat milk and ice, and it legitimately tastes like chocolate ice cream.
And then talking about dessert too, another thing that we like to do is the little protein pancakes. Kodiak Cakes makes power flapjacks, so they're like individual, like pre-sized.
In the freezer aisle.
Freezer aisle, you pop them in the toaster, they come out hot, you can put on some sugar-free syrup or some jam, some cinnamon. Another thing that we like to do is kind of bringing the yogurt back in, make yogurt bowls, but what you can do is you can take a little bit of like a sugar-free jello, like a cheesecake, a vanilla, and you can mix that in with your yogurt to make like a cheesecake bowl. And then what we'll do is like crush up some, like a little bit of Oreos or put a little bit of sugar-free chocolate sauce, some Cool Whip on there. And that's a really good way, like fun way to make it feel like, oh, I'm having something that's fun, but you're still getting a lot of protein, and it's like that 80-20. 80% of it's wholesome, you have the 20% that's like not the best nutritionally, but also keeps you sane and it's fun.
If you felt like these were great ideas, if you're like, oh my god, like I never knew how versatile ground beef and ground turkey and chicken could be, and all these other things that we're telling you about, you're gonna wanna check out the recipes that we have inside of Legacy. Do you wanna talk a little bit more about that?
We know how difficult it is to feel like you are staying on top of everything in your life, and then on top of like kids and work and going to the gym and all the things that you're juggling all the time. It's so hard to feel like you're eating healthy. It's so hard to feel like you're being creative when it comes to meals and finding things that are going to be healthy for you, that you can eat, that are gonna help you work towards your goals, but that your family is also going to enjoy. Because we realize how difficult that is, we were like, okay, this is a big problem that we need to solve for most people. Inside Legacy, what we decided to do is give you new recipes every single week. So every week you get a whole new recipe pack. We give you a done for you grocery shopping list. That way all you have to do is go through the list, gives you your proteins, your produce, your grains, everything that you need in order to create a whole slew of meals for the week. So it's pretty much just plug and play, and it's one less thing that you have to stress about on your health journey. All of the recipes inside Legacy range from super low calorie to a decent level of calories that are going to be like wholesome, nutritious. Everything's packed with protein, and everything takes about 30 minutes to make, so you're not going to waste a whole bunch of time feeling like you're slaving away cooking in the kitchen. So if you found this helpful and you want more information on the recipes inside Legacy, go ahead and check it out in the description below. Or you can always text Legacy to our number 917-810-3393 and we'll send over more information.